What's up, y'all? My name is Marshall Hugh. I am the lead singer of the Marshall Law Band and founder and director of Fremont Fridays. I grew up here in Seattle, went to O'Day High School, and my very first music festival actually was Folklife. So it means a lot to be here, be on this mural stage, soaking up the vibes. Beautiful sunny day here in Seattle, and I'm just excited to be a part of the bigger Folklife mission and providing arts for the Seattle area. So for me, I try to spread positivity through music. I love to spread love, and I try to make other people's days, weeks, months, lives better. With that, I've found my passion in making music, making art, and then creating spaces where music, art, and life can all intersect. So that's why we created Fremont Fridays, and this Folklife, we get to collaborate with Folklife and Fremont Fridays to help curate a stage and provide some music that will hopefully make somebody's day better. And that's what we do it for. We do it to put smiles on people's faces, and we know life can be tough, but what art can do is give you a reprieve from that, can also allow you to dive deeper into your struggles and hopefully be therapeutic for you. So that's what I'm all about, is creating art and creating spaces for people to be able to express themselves and feel welcome. Yeah, so growing up, I was always like the orator of my classes. Anytime they'd be like, oh, we got to do a speech, Marshall, it's on you. So the gift of gab was always something that I was blessed with. But music was actually my sister's main passion. She was an opera singer, went to USC to sing opera, and I was always into sports. But leadership kind of came with that, being a point guard and being a team captain. So eventually I went off to college to play sports, and I had a roommate who was a rapper. His brothers were rappers. He came in with what we called the pickle mic. It was just a basic USB mic. And one day he was like, Marshall, man, come on, you got to get on the track. You keep watching me, get on the track. And I got on one song, and after that, I was just instantly hooked. That same feeling that I got from sports and communicating in front of people, I could capture, but I could do it by myself in an intimate way that was also self-expression. And then at the end of it, I felt better, and I felt like I had gotten a weight off my shoulders, and I just became addicted to it. I was in class. It looked like I was taking notes, but I was really just writing rhymes in the margin, and I got an internship at the former Cube 93, and that was it for me, man. I felt I was gonna meet J. Cole or somebody, being an intern, rap for him, and then get signed to Dreamville. That didn't end up happening, but my journey and my passion for music was kicked off from my boy Crispy, the pickle mic, and that internship at Cube 93, and that just sent me on my way to find community, use my gift of gab, and then just express myself. So what ended up happening was, when I first got into the Seattle music scene and I formed the band and all this stuff happened, it was a hard time to find events and get into venues that I really wanted to play. And so we thought, what if we create events that reflect the type of community that we would want to be a part of? So we started by creating a thing called Culture Fest that brought vendors together, artists together, fashion together, poets together, and then Marshall Law Band headlined it. And then Culture Fest eventually grew to this thing called Summer Splash Fest, and that was like our summer version of Culture Fest. And then we had a winter version called the Emerald City Gala, which we actually still do. And then after the pandemic, when we had to find a way to reintegrate music into our daily lives, we needed to do it in an outdoor way. So we had Summer Splash Fest and Culture Fest as this template, and we had the location in Fremont, and we eventually, how we brought music back in a safe way, we actually teamed up with the Fremont Art Council. They sold us one of their parade floats that they use for Solstice Parade for $1, and we attached that to my drummer's truck, and we would just drive around Seattle and just play music for people at a socially safe distance way. And eventually we parked it in the same parking lot we threw Summer Splash Fest at, and people just started walking in and coming in. And so we came back the next Friday and did the same thing. And for the first summer, we didn't even have a name for it. We just partied in the parking lot on a Friday on our parade float that we dubbed the SS Jelly Bean. And so the Jelly Bean would pull up every Friday at that LTD parking lot in Fremont, and everybody just started flocking, started coming, and then we started adding the vendor component. This brand I'm rocking right now, Mediums Collective, they're an awesome Seattle-based brand. They came and organized all the vendors, so they brought their fashion component out and the artistic component out. And then the next year, everyone kept asking, like, hey, are y'all gonna do that again? Are y'all gonna do that again? And here we are, this is year 5. We figured out a name, Fremont Fridays. We figured out a logo, and now we're doing collaborations that aren't limited to just Fremont. They're finding shared mission, shared values, and providing accessible art to Seattle. So that's what I'm pumped about, seeing Fremont Friday, which started as this little baby idea, and now get to join with what is the biggest, most accessible festival in Seattle. And that's amazing to me, and also a blueprint for what maybe Fremont Friday could be down the road, you know? Yeah. So, I mean, first and foremost, it starts with the band. And I'm really blessed to have people that don't only want to play music, but also want to share in the vision of spreading love. And they see it more than just what we put on wax or what we do on stage. They see our work as community builders, as an extension of our music and the brand and the lifestyle that we live. So my drummer, Matt, aka the Hospitality 206, he's like the best bandmate you could ever ask for. So he handles a lot of the logistical stuff. He'll like have the stage rental. He'll make sure people are there and know what to do when, as far as setting things up. Our guitar player and keys player, they team up on the sound aspect of things. They're real big on the audio side to bring things to life. And then my saxophone player, he handles the silent disco at night and is just kind of a float player that's capable of doing it all. And then I'll work with the graphic design team to develop like templates, and then I myself will edit the template. I run the social media, and then this year we've actually added 4 new spots, so that hopefully we can have, hey, that's what it's all about. You want to get on the camera? Yeah, throw up the peace sign. This is what we do it for right here, yeah. Come, hopefully we'll be at Folklife doing the same thing. Yeah, so we got blessed to hire on some people, and then, you know, similar to Folklife, we're real reliant on volunteers and people that see the mission and want to be a part of it. So a lot of the artists that choose to perform, they'll holler at me and be like, Marshall, bro, do you need some help? Like, and I'll be like, yes, I do. Please, we work the door for like an hour. And so we have like a great group of volunteers that come out. We've been blessed enough to receive some sponsorship that allows us to hire employees for every Friday. And then the core team and the core unit, a lot of us are people that are affiliated directly with the Marshall Law Band, and we just look at Fremont Friday as an extension of what we do.
Yeah, that's incredible. Community leadership in the entire band.
It's dope. Yeah, I'm real lucky to have them. I mean, even like when it came to the protests and whatnot, we tried to find like how we fit in all of it, and what we found is like, all right, we need to do what is authentic and connects to us. So we chose to do music, but my drummer and I are the only black people in the band. So to see my other brothers step up and understand that maybe this doesn't affect them the same way it's affecting me, but because they see how it is affecting me and the cause behind it, they're willing to stand and put their own life and livelihood into the fire. And you know, once we did that together, that was just like such like a forging experience and a bonding experience, to where like, oh, it's easy to plan 10 straight Fridays and 6 bands. Like, there's no tear gas, we'll be there. Yeah, don't worry about it. So I'm lucky to have people that like are down to really ride. I remember the first time I came to Folklife, I saw the music I heard, first thing I did, all my senses were affected, right? So I heard the music from afar. I'm like, oh, I know we're getting close. Then I started smelling the food and the vendors. Then I started seeing, I remember the homie that got the like 6 different flags. I know he's like a Folklife legend that be dancing with the 6 different flags going, and now my eyes, the sensory is going, right? Then I'm sitting on the grass, I can touch it, I can feel it, and it was this beautiful organized chaos. And I think that's how I Folklife and how I thrive, is I'm able to handle a lot of things at once because I understand that it's all part of a grander scheme that I'm not necessarily in control of, and that a lot of things are going to happen that are outside of my control. But if I have the ability to be flexible, fluid, and see the joy and the art in everyday either struggles or triumphs or just experiences, that I'm able to then internalize those and then output positivity to other people. And that's ultimately what I view my purpose on this earth is to do. And that's how I focus, using that energy that I receive outside, good, bad, or whatever, and transmit it into hopefully uplifting some other people. And that's the type of legacy that I want to leave with my life. It's like, wow, I remember how Marshall made me feel when we were hanging out together, or when he was on stage, or his events, or his music and whatnot. And so the organized chaos of folk life really made an impact on me as a 16-year-old coming to my first quote unquote festival. And yeah, it's something I take with me, and hopefully that shows in the work I do. Yeah, I would tell them, no matter what you're doing, do it with a passion and throw your full self into it as much as you can. For me, for example, I didn't grow up throwing events or didn't grow up in music. However, I grew up learning a lot of the other skills that are applicable in my now day-to-day life through sports and through the classroom. So whether you never know if you're on the right path or not, but if you learn the skill of trying and being okay with failing and being okay with outward and internal criticism and understanding that's just like a part of life, then whatever passion and path you do naturally gravitate towards, and you say, oh wow, this finally feels right, all those other foundational principles you learned in other aspects of your life will serve you well in the specific passion you do find. And hopefully you find that, and if you don't, there's still a lot of other ways to contribute. You don't have to be some sort of like musician or big movie star or whatever. It's just in your day-to-day practice, how you treat people and how you make other people feel. That's as impactful as any quote-unquote profession, in my opinion. It's ikigai, right? Ikigai. So to me, when I hear ikigai, I think that once you've allowed your true and authentic self to be exposed and judged by others, it creates a sense of relief and a sense of a mirror that can be held up and reflected so that other people can now exhale and find themselves as well. And I think that's really the purpose of life and of the work that we do, is to give people a chance to find and feel comfortable in their own skin. And that's what Folklife is. You can come to Folklife as you are in any sort of way, and you're going to feel accepted and a part of something larger. And so I think the purpose behind Folklife, the purpose behind Fremont Fridays, the purpose behind a lot of things that I do is to make people feel accepted and comfortable enough in their own skin to allow their talents, their passions, the things they care about to present. And it's hard because there's so much chaos happening in the world and there's so much noise that a lot of times you feel like, what does it matter my opinion? What does it matter how I dress? What does it matter if I go or not? But it does matter, especially when you can find other like-minded people. The way that you're able to let your hair down and just relax and feel at home, that's not a feeling that everybody gets frequently. You might only get that here at Folklife. You might only get that at Folklife, Fremont Fridays, and other events curated to be super accessible. There might be a lot of different barriers in place that stop you from being able to go to other festivals to get that feeling. But here at Folklife, all you gotta do is show up. Show up, you're gonna find some geeky guys. Yeah, let's go, geeky guy. Come on.
Well, thank you so much. I think that's
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, thank y'all.